What's up, y'all? It's your girl Zaria Shantae Puri, and we're back with another video. Before we hop into this video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Give this video a share, and make sure y'all turn on my post notifications so y'all can be notified every time your girl drops a video. Y'all, I'm literally on my way to pick up my mama right now and then go to the dealership. I have been on the hunt for a 2025 Toyota Camry XSE with the red guts and the panoramic sunroof, honey. That is what I want, and I must have it. So I'm on my way to go get my mama so that we could go look at one. I've been negotiating for maybe about 2 weeks or so far, through like on the phone, text, email. I was very adamant on not going inside of any dealership or going to any dealership unless I already had the number that I wanted, and this dealership, their out the door price was already fairly close to my target range that I was going for. But the car that I'm going to go see does have a little tiny scratch. Well, I'm not gonna say a little tiny scratch. I'm not gonna make it try to seem better than what it is, but this is what it has. So I'm like, okay, cool. You feel me? Ain't nothing too shabby. It's exactly what I want. It's the Premium Plus package, which I love. It's white, which I also like. But baby, you're gonna have to give me some money off from that. So we've been chopping it up. We've been talking all day. It's currently, I believe, like 2 o'clock. No, it's 3 o'clock now. And so I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my mama and go over there. I was actually supposed to be buying another vehicle today that was 3 hours away driving, and I was actually gonna take the train, but I decided last night that I didn't want to go, simply because I thought whole time while I'm negotiating the price of the vehicle, I'm thinking it got the panoramic sunroof. Come to find out, it didn't have the panoramic sunroof. So it was everything what I wanted besides that, and that was like directly on my target budget. So I loved the price. It was cute. It did have a little bit higher miles. It had like 40k miles, so that's where I was like, that's why I was really negotiating the price down. But then come to find out, it didn't have the roof. So I'm like, I'm not gonna settle for something that I want, because at the end of the day, I'm paying it. At the end of the day, I am financing, so this is gonna have to be something that I actually want, so that, you know, it just makes the most sense. So yeah, so I found what I want. It does have like a little scratch on it, but I think I will be able to use that as leverage along with the other vehicle. I'm not gonna tell them that the other vehicle that I'm using as leverage didn't have a panoramic sunroof, of course, but that was cheaper than this one, and it didn't have any damage at all whatsoever. So I'm gonna use that as leverage. Baby, what are you doing? Go, just go. Dumb ass fucking, not dumb, I don't want to say dumb, but like, come on, baby girl, like, come on. You feel me? But anyways, y'all, let me drive. I'm in Oakland, so you know people just do whatever they want to do. So let me go ahead and drive, and I will check in with y'all once I get to the dealership. We just made it to the dealership. I wish I had my mic. A little bit of traffic, but not bad. Yeah.
Where you guys came from?
Oakland and Berkeley.
Oh, Berkeley.
So we're gonna go on ahead outside and look at the car. Here she is. Right here. All right, y'all, so we're in the car. I think I look cute in it, don't I? But there are scratches everywhere. There are definitely scratches everywhere, and it's dirty in here, so we definitely need money off, and they should clean it. So what you thinking, mommy?
They dropped the price?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta still look under the hood too. When we come back, we could do the drive first. Let everything warm up. So we finna go take it on a test drive, and we'll be back.
We do have a 360 camera.
Oh, that's nice.
And if you notice the panoramic moonroof, you can open the cover.
This, like this?
Yeah.
I gotta hold it or it'll go?
No, that's fine.
Okay. You said go to the
Just
left.
exit, yeah.
Okay.
Go straight and then make a right.
All right, okay. Turn this on here. Say hello. Right now we're trying to get the best deal. It seems like they're not budging on price anymore, but the price is actually at a good price. However, because there's like cosmetic scratches and stuff, and they only have one key, someone's gotta give. So they at least gotta include a free warranty or something.
Let me have my finance manager look at it, because our service, sales, and parts are different department. We cannot add something from service side, but I'll have my finance manager talk to you. Okay. Be right back.
Drowning me, you kicking me out. Mind y'all, they tried to tell me that I don't have an approval from Navy Fed, and I called Navy Fed and they told me to tell them to call them, and then they would be like, oh, I literally told them that before we got started with all of this.
So I just want to show you this. You still have manufacturer warranty that's left, which is 18 months.
And another question, if we do go with this today, are you guys able to get another key? I know you guys said you only have one, but
Did he say one key?
yeah.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Okay.
I'll check it out. Let me check it out first, okay?
Okay. So I'm asking them for a second key, because how you gonna give me a car and no key? And they better put a bow on it if I can get it.
I can use second.
Thank you.
So my manager said you mentioned there was some dirty stuff. Can you point that out for me? So
Yeah.
for the detail.
So with the warranty up to 100,000 miles and gap insurance for you, it all included, okay? And then you're putting 1,000 down only.
Yeah, I know. They better give me a bow, because this car right here, outside, it got a bow on it, so they better give me a bow. All the cars that I've gotten, this is gonna be my 6th car. I've never had a bow on none of my cars, and I don't have any pictures of me like bought a car from any car I ever got. This is gonna be my 6th car. Make that make sense. I feel some type of way about that. I really do.
My finance
Hi.
manager.
How are you doing, Sonia?
Good. How are you?
Congratulations on the new car.
Thank you.
How are you doing? I like your sunglasses.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I might not be here to make it. I have to go to San Francisco to pick up a car.
Okay.
Your car is all gassed up. I give you a second key. Boss is gonna come out and call your office, and when she's ready, my colleague will put the temporary plate for you. I mean, not the plate, the temporary registration.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
If I'm here, I can do that, but I just might not be.
Okay, no problem.
All right, thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Enjoy your new car, okay?
Thank you.
have my number, so if you have any question, you can just give me a call.
Okay, will do.
Did you send the insurance?
Yes, I did. All right, you guys, so I actually just made it back home and I got the car. I got the car, y'all. I honestly didn't really expect to. It's not that I didn't expect to, but I don't know. But here she is. I feel really good about it, honestly. I honestly do. Y'all, I had to go stop to get me some food because your girl was hungry, so I stopped at McDonald's. Yes, y'all. She is so cute. It's dark in here, so I can't really show y'all to the fullest extent, but basically I'm gonna just like really, I don't know if I'm gonna put it before this video or after this video about how the process went, how I negotiated down. This is a 2025 Toyota Camry XSE Premium Plus package, I think that's how you say it. So yeah, but let me go ahead and get inside and we can explain a little bit more stuff. I'll just do it today and I'll do it right now, so hold on. All right, what's up, y'all? I'm back home, settled in my room, and let's get down to business. Y'all, my target for this car search was that I wanted a 2025 Toyota Camry XSE with red interior and a panoramic sunroof. A girl is a girl, and a girl wants what she wants. So let me give y'all a little, I don't want to say like advice or nothing because I'm not no expert. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. However, I have learned from my past mistakes. If you guys have not seen, I made a video back in 2024 of me buying a 2024 Nissan Kicks. First of all, I don't even like Nissans. I just needed a car and that's what I ended up getting. Unfortunately, that car was totaled just a couple months after I purchased it. I think I purchased that vehicle in February and in May it was totaled. I literally still have the vehicle. It's literally sitting in the driveway at my grandparents' house and there's nothing that I can do about that. It's just sitting there, literally totaled. It was gonna cost, I think, like $20,000 to fix, and at the time I was living with my grandparents. I had just moved back to the Bay Area from LA because I withdrew from school because I was so depressed, so anxious. It was a wild time, but that's not the point of this video. So literally I had bought a hoopty, a 2007 Ford Fusion for like $1,000 or $2,000 off Facebook Marketplace. It got me from point A to point B. It did what it needs to do. And then I was gifted a 2016 Nissan Sentra from my aunt. And that's the car that I had been driving, you know, around. So it's been about 2 years since I've had like an actual car that I wanted. Because I never really even wanted the Nissan Kicks. It was just a car that I thought would be good, you know? So yeah. So with that being said, I had came to the realization before I ever even got the Nissan Kicks, I already told myself like, I don't really like Nissans. Nissans aren't really my, you know, type of car. And then I literally told myself while I was car hunting during that time, I was like, what if I end up with a Nissan? I had ended up with a Nissan. And so when I was gifted the 2016 Nissan Sentra, it was like, thank you, I'm grateful, I'm going to drive it. It's better than my 2007 Ford Fusion. However, I don't like Nissans. I feel like Nissans are very fragile. I feel like they have a lot of problems with the transmission and things like that. And I've just always been a Toyota girly through and through. Like, this car is literally the 6th car I have had. My first ever car was a 2003 Pontiac Grand Prix, bright red, 5% tints all around. I loved that car down. Second car I ever had was a 2016 Toyota Corolla. I loved that car down. Then it was a 2024 Nissan Kicks. Then it was a 2007 Ford Fusion. Then it was a 2016 Nissan Sentra. And now it is a 2025 Toyota Camry. And when I tell you I'm more excited about just having a Toyota again than I am in the car itself, like, I'm just happy it's a Toyota. Like, just driving it, I'm like, this is home. Like, this feels good. Like, I remember this feeling. Like, I just feel like the seats are able to be adjusted the exact way I need to be adjusted in order to drive comfortably. The mileage is up there. Like, when you fill up your tank, the amount of miles that you get is up there. I miss having that amount of miles. Like, so just everything about like wanting a Toyota again was just like, let me just go ahead and get a new car. Like, why not? You feel me? I have a good job, I have my own apartment, you know, all of these things. And I feel like, yes, while I'm enjoying not having a car note to pay, a girl wants what she wants. So I actually went ahead and got pre-approved through Navy Federal. They gave me a really good rate. My credit score is not that good at all whatsoever. I'll be transparent. That 2024 Nissan Kicks, when I got into that accident, I only had liability coverage, and the person that hit me did a hit and run. I literally have the video. I might put it on the screen. They did a hit and run, and so till this day I still don't know who that was. So of course insurance did not cover it because I only had liability. So with that being said, me being the person I am, I just said, fuck it, I'm not finna pay for no car no more that I'm not gonna drive. Don't do that. Do it if you want to. Don't do it if you don't. Like, just make better decisions. Have full coverage. At the time, I didn't know the difference between liability and full coverage. I just thought, obviously, go with the lower payment. Like, hello, like, a girl wants to save some money. I'm a little cheap sometimes. Like, a girl likes to penny pinch at times. Not gonna lie. And if you know me, you know I'll splurge on a trip, but when it comes to the other things, oh baby, we not doing that. So I forgot what I was talking about. Does that happen to y'all? Oh, so that's literally still sitting there. I tried to do a volunteer repo. They said that they don't repo cars that are totaled, because that car was deemed totaled. And so it just sat there. They called me for a couple months, and eventually they stopped calling me, and it's on my credit as a charge off. It is what it is. I mean, hey, I'm young. My reasoning is that I'm young and it's gonna fall off. Is that good? Probably not, but do I care? No, I don't. But anyways, I had Navy Fed, and they gave me a very good rate. Like, literally today in the dealership, Lexus was asking, like, if we match Navy Fed's rate, would you finance with us? I said no, but if you beat it, I will. And they weren't able to do that. The rate able to get me was double the amount. And even when I went into the financing office, he was like, why is the rate that we're giving you so high? I was like, my credit's not the best. So Navy Federal approved me for $42.5K for an auto loan. Obviously, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to use all of that at all whatsoever. Like, I'm going to stay within the range that I make for myself. And the range that I gave for myself was $38K out the door. If you don't know what an out the door price is, it's basically the selling price of the car plus any taxes, DMV fees, electronic dock fee, whatever the case may be. And a lot of times dealerships will mark that up by having dealer add-ons, and I wasn't going for none of that. So when I tell you I was calling dealerships, I was texting dealerships, just trying to figure out where I could get the best deal, because I'm the type of person, I want to get the most bang for my buck. Like, literally, like I said, I be penny pinching. So if I'm getting a good deal, I'm happy with that. But if not, baby, I would get up and walk away. And I feel like that's that's the thing that people have to really learn when it comes to car hunting. Do not be afraid to walk away, because baby, at the end of the day, they are trying to earn your business. You're putting money into their pockets, you know? So yeah, so literally it started off there. If y'all don't know, I'm from the Bay Area. There is a Nissan in San Jose, and that was the first dealership that I reached out to. The selling price of the vehicle was, I think, like $35K, and you know, I reached out to them to get the out the door price, and their out the door price was $42K out the door, and they had a bunch of dealer add-ons, and they weren't trying to budge on that price. They were talking about some, oh, it already comes with the car, dumbass shit. When they say it already comes with the car, I either say you can remove this or I will go look elsewhere. Told them I would go look elsewhere. They didn't really seem to care, although they keep calling me every single day and texting me. They're still not trying to budge on the price. They just want me to come in. We're not doing that. I negotiate the price before I even get there. And I feel like that is something that I had to learn this time around, because when I went to go get that 2024 Nissan Kicks, I didn't do that. And I definitely ended up paying way more than I should have. I mean, or they tried to give me to pay way more than I should have. Baby, I ain't paid that. After that thing got totaled, but I ain't pay it again. So yeah, but don't do that. I'm not telling y'all to do that. Y'all gotta take what I say with a grain of salt, okay? Anywho, but yeah, so they weren't trying to budge on the price. I thought going from 35K to 42 out the door is just ridiculous. That's almost 10K worth of markups. Mind you, I'm from California, so the taxes and fees for a car are high. They are high, but I already took that into consideration with saying that I wanted to be at 38K out the door. So I was mostly shopping a lot of vehicles that were around, you know, 35, trying to make sure, like, with the thoughts in my head of that plus the taxes and fees will get me around the ballpark of where I want to be. And if they're added add-ons or whatever case may be, I can negotiate them down. So that was my whole thought process. If I received the out the door price of anything over 40K, I wasn't really paying it much attention. However, I did begin to get a little discouraged, not really discouraged, but I started to look at 2026 Toyota Camrys as well, because it was just like, okay, a lot of the numbers that I'm seeing are in the 40 to like 43K range, and they're like marking these prices up. And I started to think like, okay, well, if I'm gonna pay that much for a vehicle, I might as well at least get a newer one, you know? So I did get quoted 41K on a brand new Toyota Camry 2026 XSE with red interior and a panoramic sunroof, and it was good and dandy. But then I had to realize I still don't want to pay that much though. Like, I still want to be in my ballpark range of 38K out the door. So I let them know that, you know, I did come across a couple of the dealerships that I would recommend out here that were very just like straightforward, no dealer add-ons, willing to work with you. I love them. I like them down. The dealership that I bought this car from, they were cool. They weren't really trying to budge on the price, but I let them know that I'm willing to get up and walk away. I literally found the exact same car 3 hours away though for 37.2K out the door. So I kept telling them like, there's this car here. Mind you, this car had a couple of cosmetic issues as well. I think I showed you on the video. I don't know if I really got it on camera, and it had a couple cosmetic issues. So I'm just like, this car over here has nothing wrong. Mind you, that car was sold yesterday. They don't need to know that. Why would I tell them that? No. But 37.2K out the door, 3 hours away, I'd rather stay local. You know, I kept telling them like, you know, this car is 37.2K. It's the same exact car, except there are no cosmetic issues on it whatsoever. And it's like, I would love to stay local, but if you guys cannot come down on your price, you know, that's the alternative that I would rather take. And I kept telling them that they weren't really trying to come down on their price for real. And then they only at first said that they had one key. I asked them about another key, because I'm like, okay, once we did get to a price that I liked, because they did end up giving me a discount, I was like, okay, cool, this is still above what I would like to pay though. They had me at 39.5, and I'm just like, yes, it's close. Yes, I would consider it, especially for this car, because the one that I got is the Premium Plus package as well. So I'm just like, it's a good deal, but I'm still not gonna pay that. So yeah, so I was like, okay, well, I need something to bridge this gap. Like, there has to be something to bridge this gap. I don't know if you're gonna give me free warranty. I don't know if you're gonna give me a second key, whatever the case may be, but something has to be done. The gap needs to be bridged. And so I asked them about a second key, and they said, okay, I'm gonna go check for you if we can make that happen. Come back, and what's in here? A second key that I already had. So I'm looking at them like, let's be fucking for real. Like, let's be so fucking for real, because y'all been had that shit. You feel me? Shit like that irritates me. I like straightforward dealerships, and you're not gonna get that. 9 times out of 10, you're not gonna get that. It just is what it is. Mind you, the dealership that was 3 hours away, they were so straightforward with me. They were working with me. They were giving me the discounts, and it's like, damn, I want to go to y'all, but if I can stay closer, I'd like to stay closer. That was for one. And for two, once the car got sold with the red guts and the panoramic sunroof, it's like, fuck, they had a white one with the red guts, but it didn't have the panoramic sunroof. And I was seriously considering going out there today to go and get it, but it's just like, if I'm gonna be paying for a car and committing to, you know, paying monthly on a car, I have to have what I want, you know. And I was just determined, and I felt so determined that I would find exactly what I want, which I did. And I was so determined that I would do that, because the one that I wanted was literally just at that dealership for a lower price than my target out the door budget was. And so I'm like, it exists. It may be hard to find, but it exists. And so with going in there, like I said, I pretty much told him like, baby, I'm ready to walk away. You do what I need you to do, or let's get up and walk. And so I think I got there at about 4. Yeah, I got there at 4 p.m. and I left close to closing, I believe. Probably after closing. I don't really know. They closed at 7 though. So yeah. And I ended up getting the car for 38.9, I think. So 38.9. So it was $900 more than my target goal. However, I took into consideration that this is the Premium Plus package, and these cars go super fast. They only had this car on the lot for 2 days. So they did give me a pretty good deal. I honestly think they might have did it on accident, because the final price that we agreed upon was the 39.5. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was a 39.5, because I was like, fuck, like, I'm over here using this car as leverage at the dealership that's 3 hours away, and they're literally telling me like, this is the max that we can go, like, this is the max discount that we can give you. And they were literally telling me, like, the general manager came out and told me, he was like, honestly, I would recommend you go with that car. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, this is the most we could do. We're already losing money on this. I recommend you go with that car. So I told him, give me a couple minutes to think about it. I was with my mama thinking about it, and ultimately we just decided to go with it. So, you know, kind of agreed upon up on that price, but I didn't sign anything. I didn't sign anything until we got into the financial office after we talked about, you know, all the packages and the warranties and, you know, all of that different stuff. Then I began signing. And once I started signing it, I wanted to tell my mama right then and there, like, girl, this part say 3A, not 3.9, meaning that some money dropped off somewhere, and it ain't come up out of my pocket. Then yeah, so I ultimately ended up being at my target price. Yes, $900 over, but I didn't think it was gonna be 38K flat. Like, I thought it was gonna be 38 something, you know, or if I was lucky 37 something. But I did put $1,000 down. I didn't really put too much money down because I do plan on paying it every week a little bit. So I thought, you know, I didn't really see the point of putting more down than that since I'm gonna be paying on it weekly, and that's just a choice of mine. Interest is accrued daily, and so my kind of thought process is that I'll pay on it weekly so that way interest is being knocked off, and also I'll be paying more. So say, for example, if my car payment is $800, it's not up there. I'm not doing that. I'm not paying. Anyways, but say it's $800. I pay $200 a week, right? I don't know how to explain this to y'all. Look up a TikTok. But anyways, yeah, so that's basically what happened, and I think I got a very good price for, you know, the car that I bought, especially with it being the red guts, the panoramic sunroof, the XSE the XSE Premium Plus package. I think it's really good for the price that I got. Now, do I think that I could have gotten a better deal? Maybe. I'm not really sure. Could I have found this exact car somewhere else for the same price? I don't know, because this is the Premium Plus package. The other one that I saw wasn't the Premium Plus package. It just had the red interior and panoramic sunroof. Did they need to know that? Of course not. Sometimes you gotta withhold information from these dealerships because they don't need to know everything, and you cannot negotiate with your emotions. That's another thing too that I really had to like get myself in check for, because especially with negotiating with the one that is 3 hours away, a lot of the times I wanted to say like, this is 3 hours away, you need to make this trip worth my while. Mind y'all, 3 hours driving. I was gonna take the train there because my trade in my car is not worth anything to them. They told me, they were really straightforward. They said the most we would be able to give you for that is $1,000 because we don't take cars with over 100,000 miles on it. So I'm like, thank you for telling me. But now my mindset shifts to, okay, I'm not driving there, I'm taking the train there. The train automatically doubles the time it's gonna take for me to get there. So I was having to, you know, separate the logistics from the emotions instead of being like, bro, if I get on this train and take this train 6 hours away, you gotta give me the deal that I want. Of course, I use that as some sort of leverage, but at the same time, you cannot negotiate with your emotions because that's not gonna do anything but make their leverage higher, because then they see that you're emotionally attached to that vehicle. But yeah, y'all, I don't know really what to say. I'm really talking all over the place, but I just advise you, if you are looking for a new car, make sure that you negotiate. And if you're not the type of person who can talk on the phone, or you're the type of person who can't really go hard and stay firm in person, negotiate through text. Check the availabilities on the vehicles that you're looking at. If they call you and say, you know, like, hey, yes, this vehicle is available, when can you come in? Tell them that you are comparing a few of the same vehicle within the market and you would love to get the out the door price in order to compare before you come in. Whatever you do, if you cannot stand firm, do not go in until you have negotiated the price down as much as you can. And when you get in there, negotiate it down even further. But yeah, y'all, I don't really got too much else to say. I hope this video was helpful in some way, but yeah, I didn't really get too many clips at the dealership of me like doing things because I was mostly trying to negotiate, and there was like a lot of like pauses and breaks in between, so I didn't want to like, you know, be trying to turn on the camera while they like just now came back over here trying to negotiate. So I got a little bit, but yeah, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. If y'all got any ways of me to decorate my car, I'm a pink girly, but it's red seats, so I don't want to be walking around, you feel me, driving around with my car looking like strawberry shortcake, Hello Kitty, or Valentine's Day for real. So I don't think I want to make it pink and red, but I don't know. If y'all have any ideas, let me know. If y'all have anything that I should get for the car, let me know. I will be doing a decorating my car video with me. I've always wanted to do one, and obviously with my 2024 Nissan Sentra, I never got the chance. I mean, not Nissan Sentra, Nissan Kicks. I never got the chance because it was totaled before I even got to break her in. And then with my little hoopties that I've had recently, I just haven't been feeling motivated to, because it's just like, damn, like, I'm just driving this car because I need to get from point A to point B. And before that, the last car that I had that I really loved and fell in love with was my Toyota Corolla. So I'm a Toyota girly through and through. One of my dream cars is a Dodge Charger. Hellcat, it's SRT. I want one of those so bad, and I could have got one now, but I'm thinking more of long term, and you know, just having a car that's gonna last me a long time. And plus, I really like this car as well. And I said, once this car is paid off and I find my husband and I get put up in my house, my Dodge Charger is going to literally be my wedding gift. So I don't know, future husband, if you're watching this, thank ya. Love ya. Anyways, enough of me rambling, enough of me playing, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like I said earlier, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.